No, wait. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode today. It's special because I have invited two beautiful human beings today, and it's Tonya Jones and it's Monique Williams from Califonia, United States. Welcome.
Thank you, Miss Celia. We
you.
feel so welcome to be here.
Yes, thank you so much.
We had a beautiful minutes before we start the recording. Tonya was leading us to a place of love and wisdom, and I feel it's a beautiful place to start this conversation. So we try our best. You have your whole family in the Three Principles community. Your mother have been in this community for many years, and all the children and grandchildren and husband maybe, and everyone is sharing to our. You are a servant, public servant to people, and you're doing it very well. I found you on social media, so I know that you are bringing this understanding out to many people, and that you know that we all got this wisdom inside of us.
Yes, Miss Celia. Our family, we have a three generational family business, which is a public service, Conduits Do It Consulting. We are life coaches, mentors, counselors. We offer many services to the community, individual services. And my mother has been in the Three Principles community for over 30 years. And her name is Miss Beverly Wilson Hayes. She has raised us in the Three Principles community, and it's such an honor to be here. My sister, Tonya, is also in Conduits Do It Consulting, and so is my daughter. She's 30 years old. She's in Conduits Do It Consulting. And we also have two teenagers that are usually our IT. They're our technical support, and they do amazing every single week, multiple times a week, whenever we have things like this. So it's nice. They get to sleep because it's 6 a.m. in California right now. Yeah. And you get to be our IT. So thank you for your service. And thank you for having us on, Tonya.
And yes. Monique, sorry, Tonya.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Now go ahead, you.
No, and I just wanted to add that it's really a pleasure to be here, and I'm usually not on a lot of the speaking engagements because you know, I'm more of the shyer one, but I have been involved in the Three Principle community for many years as well. And I'm just getting my wings. I'm taking a leap of faith more often, but this community has been such an inspiration to me and has enhanced my life in so many ways. And I have grown in so many ways with this community, and the love has been tremendous and enriching in my life.
Thank you so much, Tonya. I'm honored that you want to come to my recording or my Zoom and do this with me.
Yes, it is an honor, and I'm so thankful that you wanted me to come.
Yeah, I love you to come. I love you to come.
Yes. Thank you.
And Monique, you set up the topic today, and I just love it because this is what we're really pointing to, and it's allowing love during hard times. And that really touched me, that topic.
Yes.
Yes.
Allowing love during hard times is just where we are right now in our lives. And aren't we all there? Not everyone is in hard times right now, but everyone has hard times at some time in life.
Mhm.
So our family, my mother, my sister, my daughter, we just recently experienced losing our father. So my mother's husband passed away, and this is fresh, about 2 months ago. And for us, it was really a very trying time because, you know, when the grandfather, the father, the husband leaves, and everyone feels the hurt and the grief and the pain, but you still have to live. So the key to living is living in love, being present, allowing grief to take its rightful place during a hard time, and allowing love to be breathed into the everyday life, into the times when, you know, you feel like you can't go on, or the days when it's really hard and you're overwhelmed and maybe crying all day. Allowing love is the key that has always kept our family close. And ironically, we hold a grief class on the first and third Saturday of every month. We've done it now for a while. And it's just a Zoom call where we, like we're doing now, hold space for those who are hurting. And some people who come on, they come on from all over the world, Israel, I mean, just all over the world, California, USA, UK. And when they come on, they understand that they may just be coming on to hold space for someone who's hurting, or they may be the one who's hurting. And sometimes people come on and just share where they are today. So through our hard time and our loss, we continued the class. So ironically, those who showed up carried us through some of those classes because we showed up to be of service, but the service was given to us because those who showed up were encouraging and loving. And you know, I love what Tonya said about our three principles community. Do you know when my father passed away, there were two individuals who got in their cars, got in planes, flew and drove to my mother's house just to be with her and to share with her and to love, you know? And so when we're talking about allowing love during hard times, our hard times may not be a loss of a family member. It may just be that you're going through changes in life. You may have lost a relationship. You may have lost your home or your job. But in those hard times, in those transitions, how important it is for us to allow love to just take its rightful place and to just, I think what it does is it breathes air, like oxygen, into the situation.
Yes. I so agree with my sister in so many ways. And there's a passage in the Bible, and it says, love is patient, love is kind. And I believe that coincides with the three principles, because you know you have to be patient with people and kind with people when you're dealing with these difficult times. And I'm a crier.
Beautiful.
And this has been a difficult time in so many ways for me and for my family. You know, this was our stepfather, but he was in our life for 17 years. And my own father passed away 2 years ago. And just the kindness of people, strangers, and just people in general in this community. And it's the love and understanding and letting us be ourselves is so beautiful. Words can't describe that. And you really can't get that any place else sometimes. And those little things matter. It is like new air breathing into your body. The oxygen, it's just like it makes you alive. It fills you. It fills you up. It fills you up.
I'm so sorry to hear for your loss.
Thank you. Thank you. And the list is there is countless of the people who gifted, like sent cards and gifts to my mother and encouraged her and lightened her load. And the there's different communities within the three principals community, but one of like Miss Angus and Miss Rohini, Mr. Angus and Miss Rohini, like the Rewilding family, they reaching out and just making sure everything's okay. And all these different factions within the family of the three principals, just showing love. And ironically, my mom, myself, and Tonya, we spoke at the three principals 3PUK. I think it was about 3 weeks after Dad had passed, and they asked my mom, "Are you guys still coming on? Do we need to replace you? It's kind of fresh what you're going through." And my mom, like she's always raised us, just said, "We are of service and we will be of service." And so we came on and we spoke, and it was beautiful. And the whole conference was absolutely amazing. But the thing I really want to point to is Miss Beverly Wilson Hayes, just watching her in her relationship with my father, and then watching when it was time for him to leave, how the family pulled together to take care of him, how she took care of him, the hard things to endure, walking through hospice and the different things that all of our family had to walk through. Watching my sister Tonya stays 4 hours away from the town that me and my mother live in Merced. She stays in Los Angeles. She would trek up and down the highway. It's almost terrifying and scary. And she's working and she's trekking up and down the highways, and she's coming and she's bringing resources and coming and cooking and cleaning and loving and just giving. I mean, it's almost overwhelming when you allow love to come in hard times, and you accept love in hard times. It's wonderful also the way Tonya spoke of patience and kindness, what love is. And we always, in our family, universal mind, God, love, he takes center place. There's no other. He is our foundation. The unseen realm to us is greater than the seen realm. And we operate from that place. And so it is so important to acknowledge, just that love, and to acknowledge, those things that we live from. And sometimes I get excited, like me and my sister are twinsies. We call ourselves twinsies because we're not polar opposites. She says she's shy, she's an introvert, and I'm an extrovert, but really she's a little extroverted too. And My mom always taught us to just be. So when I was growing up, there were hard times when I was bullied, and because me and my sister were both very tall and thin. I'm 5'10", my sister's 5'8", and we were very thin, so we were like referred to as maybe giraffe or olive oil, in the Popeye cartoon. And it's funny that my mom would always tell us that we were perfect just the way we are, that we were loved, and that, this world, like you were saying, Miss Celia, they may have comments, but their commentary is just that. It's just a comment. And that if we know who we are, and we love who we are, and we honor and allow ourselves to be who we are, then that's all you get, is who you are. So when my sister says, I'm a crier, I love that, because I love that she's not just a crier, she's a laugher, she's a laugh out louder, she's just a sweetie, she's a giver. I mean, there will be no lack if Tonya is around, like, oh, what needs to be done? Oh, she's just a wholehearted, full-on lover. And we have my daughter, who is in Conduit to Do It as well. She has 3 children, and Tonya, those are her children too, because if she comes around, they're in her arms the whole time, like, yeah. So just the family, just providing, and my mother giving us this foundation and this love, and allowing us to just be as we are, because all of us are so different, but we're so ourselves. We were allowed to be ourselves. We were allowed in love in every situation to just be. So when you meet us, that's what you're meeting. You're just meeting who we are. What you see is what you get.
And this, what you're talking about, and both talking about, is what all the people wants to be ourselves. We are looking for that. We are wanted that. I have looking for that for all my lifetime, to just be who I am. But I didn't know who I was behind all this. I am blah, blah, blah. I couldn't see what's behind. And also what you say, go through these moments of feeling lost, and every emotion that comes through all this you're going through now, to allow that. Because what I heard in the beginning, when I started to listen in the beginning of the 3 principle, I thought, oh, I must, it must be over, these feelings. I don't feel this anymore, and now I'm free. But I'm free to feel.
Yeah,
that's true. I feel too free, but I'm not free from feelings. I still had to go through all this temporary things in life, and to know that it's a very big difference. So you, Tonya, you can have these moments now when you are allowing yourself to cry.
Yeah, it's true, and it's okay. And I've come to realize that there's nothing wrong with me. That I don't have to. I can take the veil. I can lift the veil, and know that I'm okay. I don't have to be ashamed of it anymore. Even though I'm aware of it, I don't sit in it and beat myself up about it. I'm human. It's human nature. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. That does not, like my mom always says, she says, crying does not compromise who you are. This does not compromise you or show any kind of weakness. It's actually a strength. One of my superpowers.
Beautiful.
It really is. And you know what, when Tanya's talking, it makes me think of, you know how you don't really have to talk about the three principles to talk about the three principles. But what I really love about what Tanya just said is the consciousness and her awareness is what brings it to the forefront. But what I love is we know once we become conscious and aware, then there are levels of awareness, right? And then we begin to see from a higher vantage point, and we can actually look down through the eye of God, through universal mind, and just see that we're okay. We're okay just the way we are. The way that we unfold is our authentic selves, and we don't have to fit anyone's mold. We just get to be. We just get to live and let live.
Yeah.
One of the go ahead, sister.
No, and I just wanted to add on that. I said, don't, and you know, don't get me wrong. There are times where I have low moments and self-doubt, you know, and I get into my mind and that hamster wheel rolling and I'm overthinking, you know. But the thing that helps me out, and I tell everybody, what helps me out the most is I know that I'm loved.
Woo.
I come from a family of love, and I know that I'm loved. And so when those negative thoughts and all that stuff starts to get in my mind, and like, stop it, girl. Stop it. You are a child of God, of the universe, of the Most High. Stop all that madness. You are loved. You are made of love. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can take that away from you.
So powerful. And there, she's talking about divine thought, you know, divine thought. So when thought comes up and thought attempts to distract or it shows up, our consciousness just like a cloud just gently moves it out the way. Higher vantage points of those thoughts, which make them divine. I love the three principles. I love the things we're learning. You just never stop learning and unfolding. I love the forefathers, I call them. So Syd Banks, you know, he got this started, but all of the many strong leaders that have carried the torch. I mean, in my heart and in my mind, I hear their names and I see their faces, and they're still so strong and just giving back to community, and we're all unfolding from them. So I love what Tanya is talking about, because it's just like mind, consciousness, and thought, you know, like divine mind, divine consciousness, divine thought.
And I love to hear about and see all feelings and emotions you got, because you have been grown up with your mother, and she has a very grounding and sharing this with you, and still, you know, even if you got these insights and you know how it works, you know about thoughts and mind and who we are, even though you still go through all this, and it's not because you're broken, it's just because we are human, and we're supposed to live this life in and out, and that's why I love it extra to hear you speak about it, because then it's because in the beginning I could hear it, and it was what I heard. When you know this, it's over. You don't need to feel any, it's like no thoughts about, it's a thought, you don't feel it. But today I really see that I can go through some heavy stuff with strong emotions and still feel grounded.
Yes.
You said something so key, Miss Celia. Life is not happening to us. You said the word through. It's happening through us. And it just means that as life is unfolding, life is unfolding, it's moving, it's happening through us. It's really not happening to us.
Yeah.
And so that is absolutely beautiful.
This
Go
is
ahead,
an
sister.
inside out transformation, inside out. Yeah.
So when you said, Tonya, that you were anxious thoughts about speaking out, I still got those feelings to sit and do this YouTube. I think, oh, maybe no one is going to listen to this, and I'm not good enough. And I still got this thinking coming in a low mood. And then I come up again, and I'm going to do this, and I'm so it's like sometimes I'm up to it, and sometimes I feel, oh, no one is going to listen. I will not do it anymore because it's not good enough. And sometimes I feel very sad, and sometimes I feel happy, but I got a deeper trust. That's the difference.
That is amazing. And actually right now, as we're doing this, my anxiety, I'm having a little anxiety. So what I'm doing right now, I'm always practicing my breathing. So I'm breathing right now. I'm doing slow little breathing, and I always tell people when I'm on different calls, or if I'm talking to somebody, I say, breathe, baby, breathe. So I'm right here now doing little breathing as we speak right now to combat my anxiety, because I do suffer from anxiety, and it is very helpful. And I sometimes I'm ashamed of it, but that's not me. That's just something I'm dealing with. I don't, I acknowledge it, but I don't claim it like that, like it's something wrong with me. It's just something I'm dealing with,
And it was nice before we started recording, when we were sitting those minutes together in quiet, because we have different lives and different thoughts and everything is turning on. And then we sat together, and everything was just, it was no story. It was just quiet. And we just landed in and took it from there.
Yes, I love doing grounding exercises or different things to get me kind of grounded, to a level where I feel, less anxious and less thinking. It just calms me a little bit, because I get into my mind, because I have this complex of being a perfectionist. Like, things have to be this way, things have to be so. And then I just tell myself, I'm like, Tonya, you're okay. You're okay. I have this from being like the oldest. I'm the oldest girl, and just from a little kid growing up, like through life, I have this certain idea of things have to be perfect. But like I said, I've taken that veil off. Even though I mean, at times I still have those tendencies, but knowing what I know now, I'm like, people are still going to like you, Tonya, if you're not perfect. They're still going to love you.
Sure.
They're still going to, I don't have that, like, that nerve-wracking fear, not being loved, for not being perfect, for not being a perfect daughter, sister, person, or, you know, that everybody sees perfect appearance, perfect, everything has to be perfect. I'm still gonna be loved.
Just for who you are.
Yeah, I could just be Tonya. I could just be me. And that's okay.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
And so many people can relate to that. So many. Me
Yes.
and the listener.
That's what these principles and this community has taught me. And just like when you in the beginning, when you were talking about, you know, your English and not being able to speak English very well. And I just was like, wow. And you start talking, and the more I'm interacting with you and you're listening to you, and I was just like, oh my God, I wish I could speak a second language. And for you to know a second language and to be speaking so eloquently and so beautifully. No, I do speak a little Spanish, but not like I want to, like fluently. But no, it's you have a gift, and it's beautiful. And so never discount yourself. Never discount.
But these thoughts can really beat you up.
They really can. I know. Yes, they can. They can. But you put in the effort. You put the effort in, and like you said, you were listening to different tapes and different stories or films or whatever you did to learn English, and that's remarkable. That's remarkable. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody wants to do that. So that's
then the like you said, I also want to be perfect. I compare myself when I go out in media and listen to others. Oh, they are so much better. They do this so much better. And then you beat you up with all this. Yes. So I still go through that a lot.
Yes. And
even though my biggest transformation since I come across why I come to the 3 principles in the beginning was that I saw that I'm not broken.
Yes. And that's where we falter. That's where we do the most damage to ourselves. That's where the suffering begins, when we start comparing ourselves to other people. And that's where we don't need to do that, because there's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my sister. We are all whole. We are whole. Nothing wrong. We are perfect just the way we are. Perfect. We were made in the image.
So why are we doing this all the time?
Yeah. Why?
It's so bad because so many people have to suffer because of how we do with ourselves.
Yes.
I don't know why we do that all the time.
We're human.
Yeah, we're human. Yeah, we are. We are really.
Yeah. So we even have to allow love in that situation and in that conversation. Like, we have to allow love in that suffering and in that hard time, because it creates a space for us. And our very awareness and consciousness is what brings it to a place of honor. And it's okay. So we have these conversations, and it just looks beautiful. It looks beautiful that we shine a light on these things and that we allow love. And in actuality, Miss Celia, I was so honored when you asked me to come on your show, because you know how. So on social media, I've seen you in different areas. LinkedIn, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, you're just everywhere, Missy, YouTube. And what I absolutely loved about you is, for one, you're gorgeous, like so cute. I was like, look at her, she's so pretty. Yes, you are, you're gorgeous. Yeah. And then your energy, you know, like your eyes, they send energy all the time, you know. So I've always paid attention to what you're doing on social media, because you bring the best energy. And I love that English is your second language. Caught him.
It's almost, too much. I'm not used to take all this.
Okay, well, you're gonna
Because
have
I
to take
have a
it because
voice in my head, and that voice is not telling me these things.
you're going to have to take it because I'm not absolutely complete. But what I wanted to tell you is another thing I observed that I thought was absolutely gorgeous is that when you're giving, although you say that English is your second language, you speak English, like Tonya said, eloquently. And you speak English with heart, like with heart, because you
Yeah.
have a quiet understanding. You're a very good listener.
Mhm.
You speak the language of love, which transcends every single dialect. Yes. So even as we were speaking today, that's why I love watching your interviews, is because when someone's talking, you do such a respectful, beautiful job of interviewing. You don't even say, like, ask a specific question. You suggest everything and then you just get quiet. You're even respectful in the way that you run this. So it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of. And I've listened to many of your interviews because, like, for example, Michael Strenhagen, he's in Norway and he's my brother. Like, that is, we went through the rewilding community together and we went through the rewilding practitioner training. I've went through two of them. I went through the mentoring and I went through the life coaching with Miss Rohini and Mr. Angus. And when I saw that interview, for example, I was like, oh my Lord, Miss Celia is an excellent listener, interviewer. You give great energy. Like, it's a gift. It's really not that you're doing a job. You're really doing a beautiful service and you're very good at it. You speak the language of love, so it transcends everything and your dialect is excellent. So I'm so glad you didn't listen to your thoughts because, sometimes they can't be trusted.
No, it can't. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so overwhelmed. So I don't know how to. But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I thought it was beautiful that when we began, so when Conduits Do It is having their first and third Saturday grief class, we always open in silence. And usually Tonya leads the way you allowed us to do prior to the recording. And she just invites the sacred into our space, like divinely ordered. Like, she just invites universal mind, peace, silence, love, all the things that when something's right or wrong in life, they make life make sense. So that unseen realm that Syd Bank talks about, that is really the spiritual foundation of the three principles, is really what's the forefront and what's on our hearts. So I see you operate in that. And it's just an honor to be here with you today. Absolute honor.
And I'm so happy you wanted to.
I was waiting for you to ask me, actually.
And I really make this just for a couple of months, and I talk to all countries. And I don't know why I was supposed to do this, but I just feel for it. And sometimes the thought that I told you comes when, oh no, I want to listen to you. Why are you doing this? And blah, blah, blah. But my passion for it is stronger. So I do it anyway.
Beautiful. Well, I would like to make you aware of the unseen realm, that there are those who are observing you in the world and they're saying, pick me, interview me. So go big, girl. Whoever you want to interview, you just reach out. Go get them.
You can do it, yes.
But when we talk about to be shy or to feel like, oh, I don't think I can speak out like that, to come to a conference, I don't know when that's going to happen, because when I think about that, I got this feeling like, did you talk, Tonya, on the conference?
beautifully. Yes.
I talked. I was nervous, but I think I talked a little bit. I talked a little bit.
You did.
I
That's
did.
very
I
good.
did. Yes.
Because
Um,
that's I know you have done it, Monique, but because you said you was shy and because here I sit on in my home with my computer. It's a safe place.
But yeah, it was but it was virtual. That's why I think it was
Aha,
it was virtual. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it if it was live.
No. I have
I don't
done
believe.
one time in Sweden. I would talk to our community in Sweden, but I was we had lunch before and I couldn't eat and I was so nervous. So, but maybe I was very nervous when I started to do this. So I can see that if we can take step by step and practice.
Yes.
And I practice my English and I practice my level of understanding and grounding like everyone. So it continues to be better and better.
Yes.
That is so beautiful, Miss Celia. I can actually see you speaking at a large gathering in person, because one of the things, if you look it up, even online, if you go online and you look up, well, what are some things that people never ever want to do? And public speaking is one of them, right? So when we think public speaking, we think I'm shy, right? But in reality, everyone speaks inside of themselves. They do, they have conversations. So when we make a decision to share what's inside of us, we just bring our authentic selves. So I love that my sister Tonya just told you, oh, I spoke a little bit at the conference. She spoke twice. She spoke, and she might feel like she spoke a little bit. However, she said so much because she said it from her heart. And that's the difference. I teach public speaking, and one of the keys to public speaking is the unseen realm of the thoughts and the conversations that are going on inside of us. And then when we feel safe to share, because you know how you just talked about Miss Celia feeling safe in your home. When it's time for you to speak out loud, you'll feel safe inside of your very container, your body, and you'll share from that place. And you'll feel nervous, but then you'll just share, and your authentic self and love comes out. And it's just like what you're doing right now. You're doing a beautiful service. I want to tell the people, Miss Celia worked. She works in the medical field. Like many of us, we have jobs outside of our service, and our jobs are our service. And so you give so much, and then look, you got off work and then you brought your full self, your authentic self. You'll be speaking at conferences in no time. Don't worry.
You think so?
I'll be,
Then I have to
I'll
close
be
my
watching.
I have to
I'll be
close my
watching.
eyes so I can't see anyone. I have to
You,
come back to, and maybe we can take those minutes before and get quiet and I just sit like this. Maybe it can work out then. But
that
I
is the
heard
secret.
a lot of people in the community also was very shy and couldn't speak out in the beginning. So I think it's most of the people feeling that feelings.
Absolutely.
And somehow they do it. I don't know how, but I'm not there yet, but maybe it comes. We see. I didn't know that I was supposed to doing this YouTube.
And you're doing great.
And now look at Spotify also. I must say to the listener, you can listen to it on Spotify. You know, it's the technique. This is the computer I use now. It's my first in life.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Good choice.
So I haven't been interested in a computer before. And now I needed it to go out in a webinar, in Zoom room. So 3 years ago, when I was going out in different kinds of webinars, I didn't know how to go out in Zoom. So
Well, look at how nice it is. You chose Zoom, and Zoom, you're Zooming. You're doing great. Zoom connects the world. So that's awesome. You just connect us.
And I've been talking to Harry Debitsky about this sharing in a Zoom room, the difference to meet in real life. And some people feels that you can't, this energy, you can't feel it in the same way when you're sitting like this. But I like both, but I feel like it doesn't really matter if you are sitting in this room or in the other, because when something touch you, it just does.
You are absolutely correct. Absolutely. And if you, I don't know if you invested in the 3P UK conference tickets, but they're still available for all those out there. And it shows you that they did in person and in Zoom. So last year and this year they did in Zoom, but you get to see that they have this technique with Vienma, and they do a great job of, you still feel the presence like you're sitting in the room. And I'm sure there's nothing like in person. However, you still felt the love and the excitement and the amazingness. You still grew and you still received all these things. So you're absolutely right, Miss Celia. And I love Harry Debitsky because my mom just did some talks with him and they were great. I saw them online.
Something came up to me. I heard about a boy for a while ago. He was very lonely. He didn't want to go out and meet friends. And his parents thought that he was without friends, that he didn't have no one, and he so alone. And they were very sad about his situation. But he was sick, and somehow he died. And when they were looking in his computer, they saw that he had been speaking to so many people online. So he was not alone, not in his world, because he had so many friends, and his parents didn't know about it. They thought he was alone in the room, and they felt so sad for him, and that wasn't true at all. He was speaking to a lot of people all the time.
That is so beautiful, and we're a testament to that, right? There were many people that we met online during the pandemic. And then, for instance, I recently, well, about a year ago, I traveled to Norway, and many of the people I met when I was going through the rewilding training, they came and seen me. We all went out to lunch, and it was amazing. The girls, it was just fun. And I'll tell you what, it was a real thing. When I ran up to them and I hugged them and picked them up, you know, it was the same love and the same. So you're correct. That connection is real. My connection with you, Miss Celia, we're your sisters. If you need anything, let us know. We might be coming to Sweden.
Yeah,
and
you're welcome.
Yes, I have my passport. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a passport.
But are you both working in prison? Because you have worked there. You help people, or?
So Tonya can speak where she's working because she's in healthcare and she just retired from Amtrak. Do you guys have a train? It's the biggest train system in in the United States, the Amtrak. She just retired, and she's also in healthcare now. She got a second job. And then I have been working in prisons for over 22 years. I just finished my 22nd year in working for the prison system. Very grateful. That is what afforded me to go to Norway, because right now the prison system in California is in the middle of reform, and we're changing the way in our interactions, much like the three principles, just the connection to life and love, and making sure that we're righting the wrongs and doing some very positive things for the population that are incarcerated, preparing them to go out. So we even looked at Sweden. We've even, some people in the prison system in California traveled to Sweden and looked at your prisons, because they're very humane. And the things that we're looking for is the humanity. So we're changing many things. We're in the middle of a big transformation. It's a very exciting time to work in the prison. So I just feel very blessed. I feel like I'm of service. They call me an ambassador. That's why I got to go to Norway. And so I just feel very excited for the times we're in. If you ever get to look on the internet or in LinkedIn, there's so many articles of the positive things that are trying to happen and that are actually going on for programming and positive things for staff and for the population, our incarcerated individuals. So for those of us who work in the prisons and for those who live in the prisons, just the preparation of a longer life and a better quality of life, isn't that what we're all living for? So even thinking of Conduit's Do It Consulting, that's what we're about. It's like generational wealth, health, and well-being. And that's what's going on in the prisons, that the direction is we're looking toward well-being. So thank you for asking about that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I recently just completed, I think my sister mentioned it before, my 6-month training in the rewilding community with Mr. Angus and Miss Rohini. And then I have been doing a little bit of speaking and coaching in the 3P community. But like I said, I am a little shy. So I went out and got a part-time job. I said, where can I put my skill set to use? And I went and got a part-time job being a caregiver in the healthcare community. And, you know, I really, really have been enjoying it. And I was just thinking back to what you said about the young guy that the parents thought that he didn't have any friends and everything. And there are so many people, elderly people that out there that need help with like daily life and living situations. Like I was like it's like a care companion, like going, just sitting with them and just talking to them, helping them out with meals, just daily living. A lot of them don't have family members to come and help care for them in their later years. And it's just really a rewarding experience. Just to help out. And it's not so much, for me to and I'm getting paid for it. It's more doing something for people that sometimes are overlooked and are happy to see you, just the little things, to give them their dignity back, a lot of them, and help them with exercising and maybe running errands with them or doing things with them. And Yeah. So I started doing that part-time. And I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Yeah. But yeah, I worked for Amtrak for 21 years, and I'm medically retired from that because I have some issues with my knees. I had a couple of surgeries, but yeah. But yeah.
I love that girl. That's my sister.
I have been working very, very much for lately with elder care. So I have done 11 in 2 weeks. I have done 11. What do you call it? I can't say it in English, but I have been there a lot.
Nursing homes or
yeah, I haven't been at home. I have
yes.
been at my work all the time and helped. So now I'm trying to see if I can go to some holiday now.
Yes.
Take a little rest. But
yes. I applaud nurses and especially the nurses and the you guys are life, godsend. It's a lot of work because yes. And some of the people I go and visit, like and sit with, they are hilarious. They are so funny and they are so entertaining. And I have so much fun, but sometimes it's a lot of work. And I just sit there because some people are not very, some of the workers are not very, very compassionate. And they say you have to be compassionate, but yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding, and it's beautiful.
But I still have this dream to guide people in
yes,
all kinds of ways, and doing this from my own company or
yes.
So but I still have some I am blah 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 blah.
Yes.
So I have to go through all this before I'm there. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but it's something in me that says a lot of things.
Yes.
So
you'll get there.
I get there. I hope I can see some over there.
Yes.
That's me.
Yes, it's there. There's a shining light, just like me. I see.
Step by step.
Yes, I see it too. It's all coming. It's coming there around the horizon. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's like if you have seen something, you can't not have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I have seen something that changed totally for me. And it's not that I don't feel those feelings like we are talking about, because I still do a lot, but
yes.
But I don't need to be in any addiction. I can take care of myself. I don't need to speak to any doctor about it, and I don't need any medication, and I don't think that I am broken, or I don't have ADHD, bipolar, nothing of those things. But I'm not free from emotions. Yes. And so I still got this, like you, Tonya, are talking about, that I am blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
we all have those, right?
Maybe you also talk like that, Monique. I don't know.
Yes. So my little thoughts tell me, you talk too much, be quiet, those things. Oh, quit taking all the air out the room, shut up and sit down somewhere. Oh, you're too much. you know, I have thoughts too, but I did want to acknowledge that for those who do take medication and they take care of themselves and they still work through their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions, that we're proud of them too.
Mm.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
but you guys are we're all healing one person at a time, like one heart at a time. That's what Conduits Do It Consulting. That's our direction, is healing one heart at a time. And it sounds like all of us are doing that already. Miss Celia, for sure, you creating this beautiful platform and this beautiful space is surely healing those who get to listen. And if I could say anything to your people and those who listen to your show, I would just tell them to allow love and to allow peace and to allow their true, authentic selves to just shine through, no matter what times they're in, whether times are good, bad, or indifferent, and just allow life to unfold.
Mhm. Yes. Beautiful.
So beautiful, Monique.
Mm.
Do you want to say something before because I think this is very good place to stop, but if you want to say something, and I'm really, really thankful for you coming to me and do this together. It means a lot to me. I hope you know that.
We love you.
I love you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, this was beautiful. I just wanted just to say that I appreciate this and just sit in love. Sit in love.
And we surely want to reach out if there's anyone who's looking for life coaches or anyone to speak to. Conduits Do It is in the house. We're so ready. And we do offer our services for anyone who wants to come sit in a loving space, much like this Zoom call, every first and third Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can go on Conduits Do It. .com you can do our email. You can go on conduitsdoit.com, which is our, you can go on Conduits Do It at Facebook, Conduits Do It at Instagram. You can go on the website, conduitsdoit.com. I mean, you can find us and join our Zoom call. The Zoom link doesn't change. It's always the same. And we just create a safe space, and that doesn't cost anything. It just costs you your heart to come. You can turn off your camera. You can turn on your camera. You can speak. You can sit in silence, but come and feel the love. We sure invite you. That's all I got.
I hope you do, the listener. And I will write it on my channel also, the contact to you. And I just want to ask Tonya, do you think that you can end this session with a short
Grounding
quiet
exercise.
space
Yes, let's
before
go.
we end? I
Sure.
would love that.
Sure. All right, everyone. Let's just get in a quiet moment. We can all just close our eyes. All right. Let's take a moment to inhale. Let's exhale. You feel the vibration. The earth surrounding you. And you feel the love. And you feel the joy. And you hear the sound of the wind. And you feel God's presence. And you feel the joy surrounding you. You feel the earth moving inside you. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release all anxiety, depression, despair. Love is all around you. No worries, no fear, no regrets. Embrace. Love, clarity, joy, inside. You hear the birds chirping. You feel the sunshine on your face. Breathe life to your soul. Inhale once more. Exhale. New life. When you are ready, open your eyes. You are loved. Love is inside you. Thank you. You may open your eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you both.
You're so welcome, beautiful.
Thank you so much, beautiful.
Thank you.
Celia.
Bye.
Bye, love. Bye,
Bye.
sister. Bye.